Good afternoon, all delegates. Welcome you all to the last scientific session of the 13th APACT. My name is Dr. Suthat Rungrung Hiranya. I'm going to be the moderator for this session, moving forward from Bali to Bangkok towards Kuala Lumpur. As you all probably know, the Asia-Pacific region has the highest number of tobacco consumption globally. With the economic and demographic growth, the region has become a crucial market and prime target for transnational tobacco industries. The rigorous marketing efforts of tobacco industry have brought concerns to our advocates in the region, led to the formation of Asia-Pacific Association of Control of Tobacco, or APACT. The first APACT was held in Taipei in 1989 and have been held biannually since. In 2018, Indonesia hosted the 12th APACT in Bali. The 12th APACT in Indonesia was one of the most powerful and successful APACT. Let's invite Dr. Nurul Lantangan to tell us about the 12th APACT in Bali, what we have got.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurul Lantangan. I was the Secretary General for APACT 12 Bali, Indonesia. Today, allow me to humbly represent Mr. Arifin Panigoro, the President of APACT 12 Bali, to speak about the progress of tobacco control policy in Indonesia after we organized APACT in September 2018. It is my pleasure to share that in the past 3 years, after APACT organized in Bali, there has been several policy wins and historical moments in tobacco control policy in Indonesia. First, tobacco control policy in national and district level. In 2018, Indonesia government published the National Medium-Term Development Planning, or known as RPJMN, for 2020 to 2024. This document is produced by the National Planning and Development Board and used as a common guideline for all other ministries for the next 5 years. The Minister of National Planning is one of the panelists in APACT Bali, along with the Minister of Health and Minister of Women and Children Empowerment. In this RPJMN, child smoking is explicitly stated as high-risk behavior that needs early intervention. The reduction of prevalence of child smoking once again became one of the national indicators to be achieved by all related ministries. And more specific strategies related to tobacco control policy are increasing access and quality of health services, which include to increase tobacco excise tax, to ban tobacco advertising, to not use social support for tobacco consumption. In the Ministry of Health strategic planning document, there is additional target of 350 districts or cities to implement child smoking prevention, 514 districts or cities to implement smoke-free regulations, and 250 districts or cities to implement smoking cessation services. Second, stronger tobacco tax policy. In 2019, the Minister of Finance announced tobacco excise tax to increase by 23% in the following year. This is the highest increase in Indonesia's tobacco excise tax history, which usually average in 10 to 11%. Third, stronger smoke-free policy. There are more and more districts that implement smoke-free area regulations. Currently, there are 368 from 514, or 71% cities and districts that have implemented smoke-free area regulation. While in 2018 there was only 38 cities with smoke-free area regulations, the increase was up to 100 times. In addition, some districts have advertising ban, specifically for outdoor advertising ban and point of sales. Currently, there is 14 cities that implement advertising ban in point of sales. Before APACT Bali, Indonesia did not have any point of sales advertising ban at all. Fourth, tobacco control campaigns about tobacco farming. more journalists and media cover articles about how tobacco farmers face challenges that are not related with tobacco control. CSOs are partnering with farmers for crop diversification. Fifth, tobacco industry interference. In 2019, there was a huge media exposure for children's badminton that is funded by tobacco industry. What was before known as Jarum badminton, well, Jarum is the name of one major tobacco industry in Indonesia, are now called as Indonesia Badminton Championship. No more tobacco industry brand in it. This event is also now sponsored by non-tobacco industry companies. This fight in 2019 increased public mindset about the danger of tobacco industry sponsorship in sports and child-related events. 6. Youth involvement. Until currently, tobacco control advocacy always involves youth in the process, from planning, campaigning, media until high-level advocacy with the government. So, to sum up the tobacco control policy, progress, and align them with APACT 12 Bali resolutions, Resolution 1. We are progressing in increasing tobacco tax. Resolution 2, about tobacco farming. There are some efforts done by CSO in this area. Resolution 3, not yet ratified by FCTC, but we try to move forward stronger national regulation that reflects FCTC. Resolution 4, we are in progress to adopt prominent graphic pack warning and to ban pack displays at retail outlets. Resolution 5, we are in progress to adopt internet ban policy. Resolution 6, we have sound policy to use resource and to implement stronger cessation programs in the RPJMN now. Resolution 7, there are campaigns and FGDs about women empowerment and tobacco control. Resolution 8, now we have 71% cities with smoke-free area implementation to all cities and districts in Indonesia. Resolution 9, this actually used by tobacco industry as part of positive campaign toward environment, something to be noted. Resolution 10 and 11, well, the case of Jarum badminton was a big win for protecting public from tobacco industry interference. Resolution 11, there are actually concerns about this particular point related to pandemic time. We found that tobacco industries are granted with tax discounts from the government because of the pandemic. So again, something to be discussed. And Resolution 12, well, there are stronger than before youth engagement and involvement in all levels of advocacy efforts in Indonesia. So in conclusion, there are still more to be done in the future, and APACT has leveraged tobacco control efforts in Indonesia and in results, strengthened and fastened progress in many aspects. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nurul Rantankan. As you can see, the 12th APACT has shed the light to us and highly inspires us to continue the hard work on tobacco control in our country and in the region, and led to our 13th APACT in Thailand. The theme of the 13th APACT conference, Moving Together for Tobacco-Free Society, is in fact from the hard work of the 12th APACT in Bali. It really reflects our intention to move our society in the region together to become the smoke-free Asia-Pacific region. We will not leave any country behind. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Ronachai Kongsakon to brief you about the 13th APACT in Bangkok.
Ladies and gentlemen, I myself would like to thank for Bali to give me a chance to take opportunity to have a 30th APACT in Bangkok. So I would like to talk to you about from Bali to Bangkok and toward Kuala Lumpur. What have we got? As we know that the Asia-Pacific region has the highest number of tobacco consumption globally, so we have started a very good cooperation to have connected team and a number of countries to join together to form Asia-Pacific Association for Control of Tobacco, or APACT. So it starts from 1989, since have the first APACT meeting at Taipei. Then 2018 is 3 years before, we have the 12th APACT at Bali, and come to 2020 to be Bangkok. But we have some problem, so we have postponed to this year. I would like to talk to you that we have an APACT meeting in Bangkok, in Thailand, at Chiang Mai since 1995. So this is the second time of APACT occur in Thailand. So, and then it will be toward Kuala Lumpur. I would like to notice to all of you that by the date of 15 September 2018 is the date I have the permission of Professor Ted Chen to be the one to give the permission for me to have the APACT transfer from Bali, 12th APACT, to be Bangkok, 30th APACT. This is the picture that we can memory on that day. So after I got the permission to be the chairman of the 30th APACT, I started to be organizing committee. I would like to thank for advisory board to give me a big support to have the APACT 30th occur in Bangkok, this 2 days meeting. And also, I have the vice chairman, I have the secretary general, and the study program, and also the international relations. They have a very, put a big effort to make this possible, and also a big team to organize this one. And also we have keep contact regularly with the International Advisory Board, as you have seen on the screen. So this is some activities I start with the organizing committee to form to have the APACT 2020. So we have so many meetings to form it. And as you notice that we have, the brochure start from the first one, APACT 2020. It looks very beautiful. And I myself have joined with my Professor Somsi Pausawat, and also others, to go internationally meeting and provide this brochure to ask for joining our meeting in Thailand. And also we have several versions of the brochure. But as everyone knows, since last year, start from January 9, 2020, COVID-19 started, and it go pandemic globally, start from Wuhan, China, go around the world. So this is a very, very big concern that how can we have this meeting to go on. So the organizing committee had made decision after consult with Professor Ted Chen that the 30th APACT will be postponed to September 2 and 4, 2021 this year because of the COVID-19 crisis. And we have our meeting go on and try to make, our decision that how we can have this meeting go on. So by the problem of COVID is not gone. So our decision to make this meeting to be hybrid meeting at first, but as you know that 6 July, this is number, infected of the COVID case in Bangkok. So it's so very, very contagious and very highly big problem that we cannot have the meeting eventually, the hybrid, we cannot. So after we have final decision, I would like to say that we got the virtual meeting, APACT 30th, to occur this 2 days meeting. I think this is the first time of the APACT meeting to be the 100 virtual meeting. So we try our best to do this. And also, I would like to thank for John Tung Foundation still to give us the support. Every meeting of APACT, John Tung is the big support for, the budget to support. This is a letter from the John Tung. I would like to give my sincere thanks. So we go on. And what have we got? Since Bali 12 come to Bangkok, Bali's conference theme is tobacco control for sustainable development goals, ensuring a healthy generation. For Bangkok, our theme, I would like to say that we would like to have the professional alliance among together for tobacco-free society. So this is our theme of this meeting. And as you know that, how can we make, the tobacco-free? With what, behind, reason for this? This is the one. This is the best buy to prevent and control NCD recommended by WHO. Tobacco use is the first one intervention. We can, reduce the problem of NCD. So by how to, stop the tobacco, we can have tobacco protect people from tobacco smoke, and try to warn about the dangers of tobacco, and enforce bans on tobacco advertising, and also raise tax on tobacco. So this is, the intervention that everyone, we try to have this kind of thing to do. So also the, prevention and control of NCD recommended by the WHO have given us, the power to. It is the empowers from the WHO FCTC. Everyone know it. Monitoring tobacco use, protecting people from tobacco use, quitting tobacco, warning about the dangers of tobacco, enforcing tobacco advertising. And the final one is raising tax on tobacco. So I would like to say that by this very big tool for us in Thailand, during the past 30 years, we have implemented the best buy policy. As you see on the screen, this 4 best buy. And also we use Empower to be the tool for Thailand to go on. So from the resolution of APACT 12, come to this 30th APACT meeting in Bangkok, we have our final resolution for the 30th Asia Pacific Conference on Tobacco or Health. First one, to stem the COVID pandemic, because this is what we got, the pandemic problem of COVID. So we have 4 resolutions on this one. And I don't say in detail because I don't know before. And about to accelerate the tobacco and claim, we have about 7 resolutions on it. I would like to go into detail. And finally, we would like to say something very big issue, supply reduction. Supply reduction measure. We have about 3 measures on this item. And finally, we try to stress on demand reduction measure by 4 measures. So this is what we got from this 30th meeting. Finally, conference is fortunate to have accepted international acclaimed speakers who are knowledgeable through their research and can present internationally evidence-based fighting for tobacco control. Our speakers will have given so much to make this conference possible and provide critical contributions to tobacco control effort during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. Thailand has initiated many tobacco control policies to promote sustainable health, but we must join together to do even more at this critical time. action against tobacco use requires a strong collective response to the multiple dimensions of a healthful and transformative life, moving together for tobacco-free society. So I would like to give 30th APACT handle to 40th APACT meeting to Malaysia. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Ronachai Kongskon. Now we are about at the end of the 13th APAC. We are moving toward the 14th APAC in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Professor Amar Siddiq and Malaysian team will continue our passion and move our Asia-Pacific society toward smoke-free society. Please welcome Professor Amar Siddiq to tell us about the 14th APAC that is going to be held in Kuala Lumpur in 2023.
Very good morning, afternoon, and evening to all my friends out there listening to this. These are really unprecedented times. We've all got to be doing these virtual and videos in order to share what's been going on in each and every one of our countries. It's really something that I wasn't looking forward to, actually. I was actually looking forward to be with my friends in Thailand. Even though we're neighbors, it's just been difficult because of COVID-19. So I think before I begin, I just wanted to first of all congratulate Professor Sutat and also Professor Ronachai and their team in Thailand for hosting this conference over the last few days, which I think all of us can agree has been amazing despite the situation that we're all being through, particularly our colleagues and friends in Thailand who are still battling quite a bit with COVID-19. And I know and we know that the cases in Thailand are rising, and we hope for the best for our friends in Thailand. Now, I also know that most of us are also struggling a little bit with COVID-19, as well as us in Malaysia, and therefore this is the situation that we're all in, where we are listening to each other through these online platforms. Now, I just wanted to share a little bit of a story. I remember very clearly in 2018 when we all met in Bali. At that point of time, our friends in Indonesia, who did an amazing job equal to the one that had been done in Thailand, we've managed to actually experience the hospitality of Bali and also the hospitality of our friends in Indonesia, and then moving along into Thailand. And I think, as you all know now, that the hosts for the next APAC will be us Malaysians, and this particular conference, I can share with you, will be most likely than not hosted in Kuala Lumpur of Malaysia, and I wanted to wish all of you that welcome to Malaysia during that time. But before that, let me just share a little bit about what we're planning to do. So friends in Thailand have hosted a really amazing conference, as I've just mentioned, with the theme of Professional Alliance Moving Together for a Tobacco-Free Society. We wanted to continue this conversation and have decided for the theme for our conference to be Smart Smoke-Free Generation. Smart Smoke-Free Generation. Smart actually meaning self-monitoring, analysis and reporting technology, because we believe that as we are all experiencing the new norm, that technology probably will be at the forefront, and we didn't want to miss out the tobacco-free agenda to be engrossing, encapsulating and taking in technology as the forefront in the work that we do, whether it is prevention, whether it is advocacy, or whether it is cessation. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the team in the university, together with its partners, have decided that more likely than not, the conference that we'll be hosting in 2023 will be in September. Now, I know some of you were expecting this conference to be in 2022. Due to unforeseen circumstances, mainly COVID, as you know, things have been quite difficult for us, and therefore we have decided that we'll probably push it a year into September 2023. So I hope that all of you will be able to book your time in September 2023 to be with us, hopefully by that time in person, so that we'll be able to continue the conversation that we've had in Indonesia, Thailand, and then hopefully in Malaysia. Friends, I just wanted to also say that what we're experiencing at the moment is going to leave a big change. So there is a small possibility that we are going to be hosting this conference in a hybrid manner, meaning for those of us who can make it to Malaysia, which we hope all of you can, will probably be here together in person. But due to the COVID-19 situation and the possible rollout of the vaccine, which as we know is unequal sadly in some countries, we don't want people to miss out. So there's a likelihood that we will continue the legacy of our friends in Thailand by also having it online, and therefore probably have a hybrid system whereby those who are able to make it will be able to have that face-to-face meaningful conversations, but those of us who are not able to come over due to logistic situations or other reasoning, hopefully will be able to join us as well in 2023 through an online platform. We'll see how it goes. Things are rather fluid, as you know, but we're really hoping that we'll be able to have all of you here so that this discussion that we're going to be having is going to be fruitful during that time. I would also like to share with you that we are going to be partnering, the University of Malaya being the main host, will be partnering with the National Cancer Society of Malaysia, together with the support of the Malaysian Conference and Exhibition Bureau and the Ministry of Health of Malaysia, to host the conference here in Malaysia. Together as well with us will be a number of non-governmental organizations, all involved with tobacco-free initiatives and agenda here, that hopefully will be able to host all of you in Malaysia during that period of time. Now, if you're not familiar, Malaysia is a country with 33 million individuals from a multi-racial, multi-ethnic, multi-religious and multicultural population, which, as you can imagine, has a lot of exciting opportunities that we can actually offer to you. I think the main one has been food. Now, I have to admit that because of COVID-19, even if you came here at this point of time, it's rather difficult because we're currently still, some of us, some states in Malaysia are under what we call a movement control order, a lockdown. But I hope by 2023 it will be open so that you'll be able to enjoy the various foods that we have in Malaysia, which some of you might or might know is rather famous worldwide. Now, we've also got a number of beaches for those of you who might want to indulge in that. And of course, hosting it in Kuala Lumpur allows you to be in the city, which will be vibrant by that time and will have a lot to offer for all of you. But I know that's what the R&R part of the conference is. I think some of you are really interested in the serious business. 2023 will be really looking, as I mentioned, technology. I think there will be a lot of discussion about the role of technology in the work that we do, whether it's prevention, advocacy, or cessation. As per the APAC agenda and also the APAC spirit, advocates are often going to be the backbone of this particular conference. We are hoping that towards a smoke-free generation theme, that those of you who are going to be with us will be able to trash it out and think about ways that we can actually move towards that smoke-free agenda for the region and hopefully worldwide. We hope that you will be able to prepare material looking into these particular issues over the next couple of years so that we'll be able to see what strategies work and what has not worked in various countries in order for us to achieve this goal. Malaysia as a country is a member of the FCTC. We are committed towards making Malaysia smoke-free. We are committed towards making Malaysians smoke-free. More importantly as well, in our what we've done over the last few years is that we have had a policy which has continued more recently this year, moving towards 2030. We have an aspiration also to be smoke-free by 2045. Our hope is that during the 2023 conference, that all of us will be able to share strategies, learnings, know-how, positive, negatives, on how we'll be able to achieve this particular strategy. So I think, without further ado, because it's really hard to concentrate using this online platform, I would like to wish all of you, here in Malaysia, and I wanted to end my presentation with a video that my team has done to encourage all of you to come to Malaysia and experience the hospitality that we've got, as well as to learn and strategize how all of us will be able to make Malaysia and the region and the world smoke-free. See you in 2023.
Thank you very much, Professor Amar Siddiq. All 12, 13, and 14 APACT will continue to inspire people in Asia-Pacific region, and most of all, strengthening the advocacy and knowledge in tobacco control, as well as the sustainability in tobacco control in the region, in order to move everyone to live in the smoke-free Asia-Pacific in the near future. Thank you very much, everyone.